All right, the Seattle Seahawks on the verge of making a move that they got to make. If you're new to the channel, we're Detroit Lions fans, but this channel fully dedicated to teams that just kind of get overlooked by the national media. And we've been on the Seahawks for, a couple of years now, just like what they're doing. And really this offseason love it. But here's one move that they're looking to make, and I think it's like real because we made it through that first week of free agency. Now what they've done is they've hosted former Packers Saints interior offensive lineman, Lucas Patrick. And so this seems like something that they absolutely need. And you bringing him in, you're like, all right, veteran guy. And here's what I like about this guy. He's 31 years old, mostly a reserve until 5 years ago. Then he plays left guard. He plays center. He goes to Chicago, does the same thing. Had a season-ending IR injury. And then in 2023, starting center for all but 2 games. So he's played a lot. And here's what's interesting is according to PFF, they don't love him. PFF, it's hard for them to grade on the offensive lineman, defensive lineman. There's not the metrics. They can't grab the things that they need in order to get a really good grading on them. So I'm not really worried about that. But if you're a Seattle fan, you know the interior offensive line, basically the offensive line in general, it's just like, okay, got to get better. Got to bring in guys. Got to get depth pieces. So this move seems like it's perfect because you're not going to build your franchise and build up front through free agency. You're going to do that through the draft. We'll get to that in just a second. But in the meantime, need guys that can give you 1 year. Need guys that can provide depth. This move seems inevitable. Appreciate you visiting, but let's just do the deal. I don't know what you're doing. Lucas Patrick, bring this guy in, fill that interior offensive line, and then what you do is you really hammer this draft. And I love seeing this. You can kind of see where your picks came from and how many picks you have and where they're at. And so to have 5 picks in the top 100 is huge. 6 picks in the top 150. You're going to get, in theory, 6 of the best 150 options coming into the NFL. We've looked at it a lot here. This is your, let me go back to it here. Ranking the best available free agents. This is why free agency is it's not real. What I mean by that is, it's like, man, let's get this guy. Look at all the names. And you kind of see that first wave goes by. And now you're just like, man, guys love you, but you're at the end of your career and it's just tough to give you big money. So really how you build, how you sustain, how you get younger, how you get cheaper, all those things are through the draft. And so you're a Seattle fan, you have draft picks. So the interior offensive line, let's get depth. Let's kind of get that settled in, but then let's really accelerate the franchise and sustain the franchise through the draft. So let me go here and just show you your first 3 rounds. What could happen? Offensive tackle, Josh Simmons. Boom. Just check. Then you go linebacker, Carson Schwessinger. Elijah Arroyo, I don't know if you've seen him, complete stud tight end, 6'5", 250, runs routes like a wide receiver, can block, be in line. It's what franchises are looking for. So you just bang, bang, bang. Wide receiver, come in for DK, and this is the difference, right? So you let DK Metcalf go. You had an up and down kind of time with him. He goes to another team, gets a massive contract. Immediately you plug in a new wide receiver that, from day one, that gap between DK and this Jalen Noel, I don't even know who that is. I don't need to. That gap is not what you think, right? It's not like, oh man, DK Metcalf is so good, and then this rookie's got to learn things. It's like this gap is negligible compared to the contract that DK Metcalf got. So that's what you're trying to do. And that's why the draft is so valuable. Same thing, edge. You're going to get a 22-year-old edge ready to roll. cheap. And so that's right there, that's 5. If you do no trades, you could trade back. You could trade back at a 3rd-round pick, right? There's so many things that the Seattle Seahawks can do. And I think if you're a Seahawks fan, this is the draft, right? You've been kind of in this, what are we doing? Are we just going to kind of pretend like we're okay after the Russell Wilson trade? We're fine. We're fine. We got a quarterback. It's like, nah, you don't though. Like really don't in Geno Smith. So you say we're going to trade him. And I love what they're doing. They're just rebooting the franchise. It's like we can't stay in this where we're at right now. Geno's gone, get draft picks, and then we'll pay a guy that has shown he can win. Is he a top 5 quarterback? No, but he is good enough to win games, and we can win consistently. And we got a pick for Geno in the process. Then what you're doing is saying, hey, DK, love you, but don't love you that much. See you later. Let's see what we can get for him. Man, that is a great pick. You get a 2nd-round pick. You don't have to pay him. You're rebooting the franchise versus trying to act like it's okay when it really isn't, because you look around the NFC and it's like, man, Rams, okay, Rams are going to be tough. Eagles are going to be tough. Lions are going to be tough. Tampa Bay. However, it's not juggernaut status or having to go through a gauntlet. The gauntlet's in the AFC when you've got, I won't list them all, but it doesn't take long, but it's like you've got 6 star quarterbacks. So if you don't have one of those, sorry AFC teams like Bo Nix and the Broncos, really good quarterback, awesome. But is he going to be able to go through the gauntlet of Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, I already say him. Who am I missing? Buffalo, Josh Allen. No. But in the NFC, it's like just be good enough. We'll steal a victory at Detroit. We got to run the ball. We got to, just you can play football and not worry about Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson breaking your heart on something that's just like, what do we do? No, let's play it. We got the quarterback now. We got the coach. We've got draft picks galore. Let's make it happen. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Again, we talk about a lot of teams on this channel, but Seattle's definitely one of them. They're just fun to talk about. They're doing things right, and it's good to talk about. So let me know your thoughts, and we'll see all of you on the next one.